The research vessel hummed softly as Kim Yoon adjusted her scanning equipment. Outside the ship's transparent viewport, Earth looked like a blue-green marble suspended in the vast darkness of space. She had seen hundreds of planets, but this one felt different, primitive, almost disappointing. Her long fingers tapped complex sequences on the holographic display, filtering through genetic data streams. Humans fascinated her, but not in a way most would understand. To her, they were a curiosity, a species barely worth extensive research. Primitive technology, she muttered, reviewing satellite communications and ground-based research stations. The human settlements looked chaotic, unorganized compared to her civilization's precise architectural designs. Structures built without mathematical perfection, cities grown instead of planned. A junior researcher named Hack approached her workstation. "Preliminary genetic scans are complete," he announced, his voice clinical and detached. Kim Yoon's eyes narrowed as she reviewed the initial reports. Human DNA appeared messy, complicated, lacking the streamlined genetic architecture her species prized. Random mutations, unexpected gene expressions, biological inefficiencies everywhere. "They're evolutionarily inconsistent," she commented, zooming into chromosomal structures. Humans seemed like a biological experiment gone slightly wrong. Adaptable, but unpredictable. Her scanning probe descended through Earth's atmosphere, targeting a research facility in a region humans called California. The facility looked like a complex of metal and glass buildings nestled between green landscapes and rocky terrain. A team of human researchers worked below. Their movements seemed almost random, chaotic, scientists moving between workstations, discussing complex ideas with animated gestures. No synchronized movements, no telepathic coordination that her species used. One particular human caught her attention. A geneticist named Park Min was analyzing something under a microscope. His concentration intense. Unlike the others, he moved with a certain precision that momentarily interested her. Kim Yoon's research protocol demanded complete emotional detachment. Humans were subjects, nothing more. Their potential seemed limited, their species young and unexplored. Her scanning equipment began collecting genetic samples remotely. Each sample revealed more complexity, more unexpected genetic variations, mutations that seemed random but carried potential for extraordinary adaptations. Unexpectedly, a solar flare interrupted her scanning sequence. Electromagnetic interference created a momentary connection between her research probe and the human facilities systems. For a fraction of a second, genetic data transferred in ways her scientific models couldn't immediately explain. Park Min looked up, as if sensing something. Invisible, his eyes scanned the sky briefly, a moment of unexpected intuition that Kim Yoon would later remember. "Interesting," she whispered, not knowing how profoundly that momentary interference would change everything. The research vessel continued its silent orbit, collecting data, observing a species that seemed unremarkable on the surface, but carried something undefined, something waiting to be understood. Kim Yoon didn't realize it then, but that moment, that brief, seemingly insignificant solar interference, would become the beginning of a journey that would challenge everything she knew about genetic potential, about evolution, about life itself. Her fingers continued moving across holographic displays, sorting through mountains of data. Humans remained an enigma, a species easy to dismiss, yet impossible to completely understand. As Earth rotated slowly below her ship, casting different landscapes into view, Kim Yoon made her initial report. Her words were crisp, scientific, dismissive. Subject species, humans, current evaluation, evolutionary potential, minimal. Genetic structure, chaotic. Technological development, primitive. Recommendation, continued observation with minimal engagement. Little did she know how wrong those words would prove to be. The research vessel drifted silently, a mechanical observer recording the first chapter of an unexpected story. A story of genetic potential, of evolution's surprising pathways, of a species about to reveal something extraordinary. The research facility buzzed with quiet energy. Park Min worked carefully, his hands steady as he prepared genetic samples for analysis. He knew something was different about today, a feeling he couldn't explain. Kim Yoon arrived unexpectedly, her alien presence creating an immediate tension in the room. Other researchers stepped back, sensing something unusual about her movements. She walked with precision, each step calculated, her eyes scanning the laboratory equipment. Park Min noticed her first. Their eyes met across the crowded room, a moment that would later seem like destiny, though neither understood it then. The SIR, International Research Program, had strict protocols for cross-species scientific collaboration. Humans and her alien civilization had been sharing limited research for just 3 years. Most interactions remained distant, clinical, carefully controlled. A complex genetic research project required them to work together. Park Min's expertise in human adaptive genetics complemented Kim Yoon's advanced scanning technologies. They would analyze how different species might potentially share genetic information. "We'll need to run comprehensive compatibility tests," Kim Yoon said, her voice cold and professional. Park Min nodded, understanding the scientific challenge. Their first days of collaboration were tense. Kim Yoon criticized human research methods constantly. Park Min listened carefully, responding with quiet confidence. He knew something about their work intrigued her, despite her outward dismissal. Unexpected technical challenges arose. A rare genetic mutation in a sample required complex analysis. Hours turned into days of intense research. They worked side by side, their initial professional distance slowly changing. Park Min discovered Kim Yoon was more than just a critical researcher. She asked deep questions about human potential. Her initial mockery slowly transformed into genuine scientific curiosity. One evening, working late in the laboratory, something unexpected happened. A complex genetic experiment required direct biological interaction, something neither had anticipated. Their genetic materials came into unexpected close contact. The laboratory's advanced equipment recorded something strange. Genetic markers began showing unusual interactions. Something was happening beyond their current scientific understanding. Kim Yoon felt it first, a strange biological response she couldn't explain. Her body's cellular structure responded in ways her medical training couldn't predict. Park Min noticed subtle changes in her biological readings. "Something is different," he said quietly, reviewing the data. Kim Yoon tried to maintain her professional composure, but something fundamental was changing. Her biological systems were responding to human genetic material in unprecedented ways. Days passed. The research continued, but something had definitely shifted. Kim Yoon's initial dismissal of humans was gradually transforming. She saw complexity where she once saw only primitive potential. Park Min watched her carefully. He understood something significant was happening, not just in their research but between them. Their genetic samples continued showing unusual interactions. Advanced scanning equipment captured data that challenged existing scientific models. Something was emerging, a connection beyond traditional understanding. Kim Yoon's medical scans began showing unexpected changes. Her cellular structure was adapting, changing in ways that defied her civilization's genetic models. Park Min realized they were witnessing something extraordinary. Weeks turned into months. Their research continued. The unexpected genetic connection grew stronger. Kim Yoon's body was transforming, accepting human genetic potential in ways no one had predicted. She discovered she was pregnant. The scientific community would be shocked. An interspecies pregnancy was considered impossible. Yet here it was, happening right in front of their eyes. Park Min looked at her, seeing not just a researcher, but someone carrying something unprecedented. A bridge between species, a living experiment of genetic potential. "We're making history," he said quietly. Kim Yoon said nothing, but her eyes reflected something new. Wonder, fear, excitement. The universe was about to change. Their unexpected connection had become something more than just a scientific experiment. It was the beginning of something extraordinary. The medical facility stood silent, its advanced technology humming with anticipation. Kim Yoon's pregnancy had become a global scientific marvel, challenging everything known about interspecies reproduction. alien and human medical experts gathered, their equipment prepared for something unprecedented. Park Min watched from a special observation room, his heart racing with scientific curiosity and something deeper, a connection he couldn't fully explain. Kim Yoon's body had changed dramatically during the pregnancy. Her cellular structure adapted in ways no medical scanner could completely understand. Traditional alien medical predictions failed repeatedly. Human genetic markers danced within her biological system, creating complex patterns of unexpected potential. "This is impossible," whispered one alien medical expert, reviewing the latest scan. The baby's genetic structure defied all known scientific models. Cellular regeneration happened at speeds that seemed magical. Neural connections formed with incredible complexity, creating a biological system that was neither fully alien nor completely human. As labor began, the medical team prepared for multiple potential scenarios. Complicated equipment surrounded Kim Yoon, ready to respond to any unexpected development. Park Min entered the room, his presence creating an immediate sense of calm. Kim Yoon looked at him, her eyes reflecting a mixture of fear and scientific excitement. "Something extraordinary is happening," she whispered. The birth was unlike anything medical experts had ever witnessed. The baby, a girl, emerged with eyes that seemed to understand more than any newborn should. Her skin had a unique shimmer, reflecting both her alien and human genetic heritage. Immediate medical scans revealed extraordinary details. The baby's brain was developing at impossible speeds. Neural pathways formed and reconnected in complex patterns. Cellular regeneration occurred continuously, showing healing capabilities beyond current medical understanding. They named her Yoon-ji, a name bridging two civilizations. Within hours of birth, Yoon-ji demonstrated abilities that shocked everyone. She responded to complex mathematical problems with intuitive understanding. Her eyes tracked movement with incredible precision. Medical sensors showed her learning and adapting faster than any known biological system. Park Min watched in amazement. "She's processing information at exponential rates," he told the medical team. Alien medical experts were stunned. Their most advanced scanning equipment struggled to comprehend Yoon-ji's biological complexity. She represented something entirely new, a genetic bridge between species. Kim Yoon's scientific detachment began to crack. She looked at her daughter with a mixture of wonder and scientific fascination. This was more than just a research subject. This was a living miracle. Days passed. Yoon-ji continued to develop at impossible speeds. She began communicating through complex gestures and subtle neural signals. Traditional language seemed too simple for her developing understanding. The global scientific community watched carefully. News spread quickly about the extraordinary child, who represented a potential evolutionary leap. Park Min spent hours studying Yoon-ji's development. Her genetic structure showed remarkable adaptability. She could potentially survive in multiple environmental conditions. Her cellular structure suggested healing capabilities that could revolutionize medical science. Kim Yoon documented everything. Her research notes became a groundbreaking record of interspecies genetic potential. Each observation challenged existing scientific understanding. Yoon-ji's eyes seemed to hold secrets of the universe. She looked at her mother and Park Min with an understanding that went beyond her physical age, a living bridge between civilizations, between genetic possibilities. "She is our future," Kim Yoon said quietly, watching her daughter. The medical facility continued its silent observation. Sensors tracked every moment of Yoon-ji's extraordinary development, a child born from an unexpected connection, carrying the potential to change everything humans and aliens understood about life, evolution, and genetic potential. Something remarkable had begun, and the universe would never be the same. Kim Yoon's research laboratory looked different now. Where once scientific detachment ruled, now wonder and curiosity filled every corner. Yoon-ji played nearby, her movements revealing extraordinary capabilities that challenged everything scientists believed. Park Min watched the child carefully. Yoon-ji could solve complex mathematical equations by simply looking at them. Her brain processed information at speeds that made supercomputers seem slow. Traditional learning models meant nothing to her. She is rewriting our understanding of intelligence, Park Min noted in his research journal. The scientific community remained divided. Some researchers saw Yunji as a miracle, others as a potential threat. Alien research teams wanted to study her extensively. Human geneticists saw unprecedented potential in her unique genetic structure. Yunji's abilities grew daily. She could communicate through complex neural signals, understanding languages before they were fully spoken. Her genetic adaptability meant she could potentially survive in multiple environmental conditions, from extreme cold to high radiation environments. Kim Yoon's previous research felt obsolete. Her earlier dismissal of human potential now seemed embarrassingly narrow-minded. She spent hours documenting Yunji's development, each observation challenging existing scientific models. Humans are not just a species, she wrote. They are potential incarnate. Global research facilities began requesting data about Yunji. Her genetic structure represented something entirely new, a bridge between species, a living example of evolutionary potential. Park Min developed specialized testing protocols. Each test revealed more about Yunji's extraordinary capabilities. Her cellular regeneration could potentially cure diseases previously considered impossible to treat. Her neural plasticity suggested learning models that could revolutionize education. Alien. Research teams became increasingly interested. They saw Yunji as a potential diplomatic bridge between civilizations. Her unique genetic structure suggested possibilities of interspecies communication and understanding. Yunji herself remained curious, always learning. She played with complex scientific equipment as other children might play with toys. Her understanding went beyond physical age, her mind exploring concepts that most adults couldn't comprehend. Kim Yoon's perspective transformed completely. The researcher who once mocked human potential now became their strongest advocate. Her research papers challenged existing genetic understanding, presenting humans as a species with extraordinary evolutionary possibilities. "We were wrong," she told international research conferences. "Humans carry genetic potential we never imagined." Park Min supported her research, providing critical scientific documentation. Together, they began reshaping how different species viewed genetic development. Yunji continued growing, each day revealing new capabilities. She could interface with complex technological systems, understand multiple communication protocols, and process information at speeds that seemed impossible. Research facilities around the world tracked her development. Every scan, every test, revealed something new. Yunji represented more than just a scientific miracle. She was a living example of evolutionary potential. Her unique genetic structure suggested humans could adapt in ways never before understood. Survival mechanisms, learning capabilities, cellular regeneration, all existed at levels that challenged current scientific models. Kim Yoon realized their discovery was more than just a personal journey. It was a fundamental shift in understanding life, potential, and evolutionary development. "Potential cannot be measured by current understanding," she often said, watching Yunji play. The child who represented an unexpected connection between species continued growing, learning, exploring. Her existence challenged fundamental scientific beliefs, suggesting that evolution was more complex, more wonderful than anyone had imagined. Park Min looked at Yunji, seeing not just a child, but a bridge between worlds. Her genetic structure represented hope, hope that different species could understand each other, could grow together, could create something entirely new. In research laboratories around the world, scientists watched and waited. Yunji represented a new chapter in understanding life, potential, and the extraordinary possibilities that exist when different species connect. Something remarkable had begun, and no one knew exactly where it would lead. The Galactic Conference Hall buzzed with tension. Representatives from multiple alien civilizations gathered, their eyes fixed on one unexpected participant, Yunji, now a young teenager, who would change everything they understood about intelligent life. She walked confidently, her hybrid genetic structure visible through subtle shimmer in her skin. Years of research had prepared her for this moment. No longer just a scientific experiment, she was now a diplomatic bridge between Earth and advanced civilizations. Park Min and Kim Yoon watched from a special observation area. Their daughter would speak for humanity in ways no diplomatic mission had ever achieved before. The alien representatives represented civilizations thousands of years more advanced than humans. Some looked mechanical, others appeared like liquid, energy beings. Each carried centuries of technological knowledge. Yoonji began her presentation without words. Her neural communication system projected complex information directly into the minds of every conference participant. Thousands of years of human potential, evolutionary pathways, and unexpected genetic adaptability flashed through their collective consciousness. Humans are not primitive, her neural transmission suggested. They are potential waiting to be understood. Technological representatives from advanced civilizations received her communication with shock. Her ability to transmit complex information simultaneously in multiple formats challenged their understanding of communication. One senior alien diplomat, representing a civilization that had observed Earth for centuries, stood motionless. The information Yoonji shared rewrote everything they believed about human potential. Her genetic structure told a story of adaptation, resilience, and unexpected evolutionary paths. Humans weren't just another species. They were a dynamic, rapidly developing civilization with extraordinary genetic capabilities. Park Min felt pride watching his daughter. From an unexpected genetic experiment to a galactic representative, Yoonji represented humanity's best potential. Kim Yoon's research papers, once considered controversial, now became foundational texts in understanding interspecies genetic potential. Her work transformed scientific understanding across multiple civilizations. Yoonji demonstrated humanity's unique abilities. She could interface with alien technological systems, understand complex communication protocols, and process information at speeds that made advanced alien computers seem slow. The conference proceedings became less about observation and more about potential collaboration. Alien civilizations began seeing humans not as a young, primitive species, but as potential partners in galactic exploration and understanding. "We misjudged humans," one alien representative transmitted. "They carry something extraordinary." Yoonji's presentation revealed human capabilities that went beyond technological advancement. Her neural transmission showed human creativity, emotional intelligence, and adaptive potential as critical evolutionary advantages. Survival mechanisms, learning capabilities, and rapid technological development were highlighted. Humans adapted quickly, learned from mistakes, and showed an ability to overcome challenges that surprised even the most advanced civilizations. Park Min understood this moment was historic. His daughter was rewriting galactic understanding about intelligent life. The conference lasted 3 standard galactic days. Each moment challenged existing beliefs about species development, potential, and interstellar communication. Yoonji became more than a representative. She was a living example of what could happen when different genetic structures connected, when civilizations looked beyond their current understanding. Research facilities across multiple star systems requested detailed genetic information. Humans were no longer seen as an isolated, primitive species. They were potential partners in galactic exploration. Kim Yoon watched her daughter transform diplomatic understanding. The researcher who once mocked human potential now saw her life's work-changing galactic perspectives. As the conference concluded, multiple alien civilizations proposed collaborative research programs. Humanity was invited into discussions previously closed to emerging species. Yoonji's final neural transmission carried a simple message. "We are ready to learn, to grow, to explore." The galactic representatives understood something fundamental had changed. Humanity's potential was no longer a question. It was a promise of extraordinary possibilities. Park Min held Kim Yoon's hand. Their unexpected connection had created something that would change everything, a bridge between species, A new understanding of life's incredible potential. The universe would never be the same.